What are some ways to have fun sober? Hello, everybody. My name is Davy. I am not an alcoholic. I refuse to be anonymous. I am alcohol free as fuck and I live a self-led life. And I spend every single moment of my life helping other people do the same, like right now. So that question, what are some ways to have fun sober, was a question I saw on Threads the other day. And I responded like this. Everything you did when you were drunk, you could do sober. Everything you did when you were drunk, you can do sober. And I got another reply back. And the reply went like this. Just because I did it while drunk doesn't mean I will enjoy it sober. Sitting in a noisy bar with crap music playing over a crap speaker with no room to dance and no ability to conversate with people is not my idea of fun anymore. And I just want to respond to that. I'm obviously going into the world of perception here because I'm not having a conversation with an individual, but I'm going to guess that at some point in time, when this person was in the bar listening to the crap music, playing over a crap speaker with no place to dance and no ability to converse with anybody, I imagine that there was a need at that time that was being fulfilled by being in that environment. And getting to understand what our needs are and how we are getting those needs met, especially when it comes to our decision around whether to drink alcohol or whether to be alcohol free as fuck or whether to moderately drink alcohol. Understanding how we are resourcing our own needs is really critical. Because if it goes back to what are some ways to have fun sober, and this guy was actually having fun, or he thought he was having fun when he was drinking in this situation, it could be a number of things. Maybe that he has this need of connection. Maybe the need for connection is fulfilled when he's around other people. Whether or not they're actually talking any sense or not because they're drunk might be irrelevant. His need for connection or his need for community may be filled because he's inside a pub. My daughter said to my wife Liza the other day, why do they have pubs? And my wife said to her, well, in the UK, pub culture is a very important part of community, and it has been for generations. So when we are indoctrinated into the societal conditioning of pub culture, and if you just think of Coronation Street, EastEnders, Emmerdale Farm, all the soap operas that I was raised on watching with my parents, they're all and centered around a pub. So maybe your need is community. Maybe your need is connection. If music is important and we want to listen to good music through good speakers, then maybe there is a need to be stimulated. Maybe there is a need for excitement. Maybe there is a need for creative expression. Maybe there's a need for movement. Maybe there's a need for singing and for voice and expression. Music can often be an indicator for different ways of providing a need. For me, sometimes when I listen to music, I need to release some tears. Music does that to me sometimes. Sometimes listening to music helps me relax it. I need to relax. Conversation with people, maybe you need to be stimulated. Maybe you need to think deeply, whatever it is, right? So in this instance, what are some of the ways to have fun sober? Well, one of the ways you can address that is by saying, well, what did I used to do when I was drunk? And why did I used to do those things? Because what was it that I actually needed? Yeah, there is a part of this where societal conditioning kicks in, the liquid lie is real, you go to work, you clock out at 4 p.m., you go straight to the pub because that's what you always do. You hang around with the same people because that's what you always do. You buy the same drink because that's what you always do. There is that element to it for sure. But even when you're stuck in the matrix and you're just a robot and you're doing things very unconscious, it still will be fulfilling a need. Maybe it's a need for ritual. Maybe it's a need for habituation. What are some of the ways to have fun sober? Figure out what it is you need and how you get those needs met currently or they're not getting met, and then inquire and investigate in how you can do those things without being drunk. So the last tip would be check your environment, check the people you're hanging around with. If you're hanging around with people who drink, if you're in an environment where alcohol is around you, and you were trying to find ways to have fun sober, it's going to be really difficult. But if you surround yourself with people like I do, with people who either don't drink or for whom they are not alcohol reliant, so they don't have a problem, and you hang around in areas where there's very little or no alcohol, you will find ways to have fun sober. It is less about finding the things and more about the resistance to doing the things. Let's say you really like to dance. Like, dance is a good way to have fun, and you recognize that. But you might have parts of your psyche, parts of your ego who are afraid, who want approval from other people, that won't allow you to dance in front of other people. So it becomes irrelevant, really. It's not a question of finding a list of things you can have fun doing sober. That's easy. The hard work is facing the resistance and asking yourself, why are my parts of my ego preventing me in this moment to do these things that I know are fun? That is a work that you need to be working on. And when you work on those type of things, that is when you're living a self-led life. I hope that helps. If you've got any questions on that, drop a note below. If you want to share any experiences, also drop a note below. If you want to reach out to me personally for one-to-one coaching or to join the Strive community where you can have access to my Strive method that helps you live a self-led life, then just WhatsApp me on +44 753 789 6829 or email me at thestrivemethod@gmail.com or just drop a note below.